Like.
Are we live? We are not live. What is it?
Like.
We are live. Apologies for late live because apparently the YouTube is saying it's not responding. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is ask you guys to be kind enough to tell us whether you can hear us, see us properly. I can see and hear us now. I think it's fine. It's fine. It's pretty smooth and it's clear and it's not 4K. What
4K.
4K.
No. Yeah. What is it? 1080? No, less than
720.
Less than 720 is?
480.
It's better than 480 for sure. It's
720.
better than 720 also.
After 480, we'll get 720 then.
I think we are better than 720. We are at 1080, I think.
We're at 1000.
I think so. So.
Alright, we do have some confirmations. Yes, some family members responding that they can hear as well.
They can hear. So sorry about it. We were taking time for two reasons. One, sir, you can go like that. That is the camera. उसके नीचे से आप निकल सकते हो. हाँ, of course.
हाँ, अब तो वैसे भी.
So, but I think our feed is better now.
Yes.
Though we've got some excellent connection. Okay.
Excellent connection. Okay.
We are clear, so we've got tech backend supporters also here.
Yep.
But usually that's what happens, whenever something is bad or not working, as soon as you get the guy to repair it, it starts working. It happens with the car, it happens with the television, with
And
the
then that person is like, why do you even call me?
Exactly, why did you call me?
Yeah. No, most IT guys, they have only 99% of solutions, restart. That's their solution.
Actually, it's nice to think that it's good I can.
But stop the fellow then.
But don't restart. We are already.
Don't jinx it. Yeah.
Live. On today, Siddharth has selected the topic
Because of my situation that is there.
Your situation, as in?
Injury.
You're
injured.
Yeah, he's in bad shape.
Bad shape.
What
He
happened?
is
Physically injured.
No, I'll tell you the story. That day we were talking. Virat got 100, so he got.
This is all because of.
He got chocolates to celebrate. We had chocolates. Then we
Chocolates
thought for everyone who was here.
for everyone.
Once Virat got 100, we got chocolates. But then we realized later the best way to celebrate Virat's 100 would have been with chole bhature.
Chole kulche.
No, but he likes bhature. That day he was having kulche.
You see, kulche they have less fat.
Anyway, bhature, kulche, whatever your option. But we thought we should have done that. And I said yes. That day when he had, and that's a true story. The day he had chole, which we thought were bhature, later got to know kulche. The day he had, next morning I went out and I had chole bhature for breakfast. So he got inspired and ordered himself chole bhature. And since then his fate has gone chole bhature.
Pate, peace of mind, all gone.
It's been ages since he had chole bhature.
No, he ordered. After a discussion with Virat's 100, he got chocolate. I said chocolate is good. Ideal way of celebrating is with chole bhature. He heard that. Then 2 days later, he went and had chole bhature.
Did you pay for those chole bhature?
I'm paying it now.
He's paying now also.
I'm paying now. Oh, I can't be Virat
He's not been
Kohli.
able to digest the chole bhature.
But fitness, maybe.
Fitness was.
Why did you ignore this one very crucial point?
That?
It wasn't outside chole bhature.
What is outside?
Homemade chole bhature.
No, Acha, it was homemade.
Of course.
Then I know what's the reason. The kind of things he says on the program about back home, he will be served that kind of chola bhatura.
Exactly.
You never told me.
I told you.
I thought he went out.
No.
At home, they are going.
I don't want to suffer for 2-3 weeks with Delhi belly.
They want to suffer, and they're right with whatever you say here about home and how you're troubled at home. They will serve you that. Very good.
Sundar and Jethalal.
Aman Gupta say you can try something called Pet Safa.
I'm already trying a lot of things. I don't want many more options, please. ORS
Then
water,
next time
whatever.
be a fan of the player, but don't try to follow whatever they do to the team.
Which I didn't. Because at home there was a demand. We want chole bhature. So 3-on-1 can't happen.
But Kohli then burns it out, with a good
He was
set.
one, there are three, na, other members.
My wife, my brother-in-law, he's a big chole bhature fan. He got it and I am suffering for
But
it.
do you burn it out like Kohli does?
Huh?
Did you burn out your chole bhature the way Kohli does?
I'm already on fire.
Naganand has actually hit the nail on the head. He said, you've got bad stomach because you didn't share it with you guys, he said. He didn't share it with you guys.
Thank you very much.
Indeed, thank you. Yes. Otherwise, even Rahul would have been in big trouble.
No, Rahul will not get to eat. He's never here.
Yeah, he's never
By the
here.
way, guys, welcome Rahul Rawat.
Yeah,
He's here
yes.
in person after Bharat Brahman.
Bharat Brahman.
Again, he's going to be off.
Yeah.
So he's hardly here. These chairs are lucky enough to be hosting him.
Nahi, nahi.
How's it?
How does it feel to be here
Exactly.
in this
Yeah, you are
air-conditioned
you
studio?
people are behaving as if that I'm a globe-trotting individual.
But you're here. How does it feel to be back in the studio?
Okay, tell everyone about the heat that you were telling us about.
Doesn't feel anything different about being here. Obviously.
Yep.
Office is there. See how lucky you are.
Yes,
There,
sir.
I don't know if people air conditioned. In the morning you came, somebody's getting you chai, coffee, mithai. You got to eat.
I had
Things keep
to
coming.
get that detan done today in the morning. Even the guy there at the salon, he also said, "Sir, kuch fayda nahi. Karwa lo jo marzi karna."
No, but where you're going now will also be hot.
Exactly.
Oh my god, actually that will be really hot.
Wow. Exactly.
Where?
Desert.
Absolutely. All the best.
What is Roy SP's? He said something for you, chole kulche.
For life.
Chole kulche for life.
Imli
with
chutney.
imli chutney.
Oi, 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 oi.
Oh my god.
That's imli chutney or the imli sauce also is.
Yeah. Tastes well with, I don't know what is that. Nutri. What's that?
Soya, I guess.
That's Nutrella.
They call it Nutri also.
Nutri, huh?
Oh, does it? I've never tried with soya.
Neither am I.
Yeah, so for Rahul, in Ahmedabad, did you try undio or khandvi or patra? One of my favorite snacks.
This time I didn't have all these things, but in the past, whenever I'm sure everybody amongst us have been to Ahmedabad and we've tried majority of
You
these.
must have tried fafla jalebi.
Not jalebi, yeah, actually, but I know I love my sweets, but there also people they are crazy.
Yeah, Gujarat.
Yeah.
One thing you notice about Gujarat, at least Ahmedabad, late at night you will see all these, those milkshake parlors and these kind of where people are eating late night,
Yeah,
post dinner snack. That's a very common thing.
Exactly.
It's partly there in Bombay also.
Yeah, there's a lot of Gujarati culture in
In fact, there even in the press box, it seemed as if it was mandatory. So obviously you had sweets end of your meal. You can always have your sweets, gajar ka halwa and jalebi and all these things. But then it seemed as if it was mandatory to have an ice cream also. It seemed
over and above. Wow.
every day we would somebody would come and in the press box and would distribute
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
So was it like kulfi or some
So you had
chocobar?
Yeah, so you had bars, you had cones, you had cups, whatever you
cornetos
Yeah.
or
Proper spread.
And I wanted to avoid all these things, but then the moment they come and offer you and place it right in front of you, it is very difficult to
Yes.
He knows.
say no. Yes.
See, Harshit Padalia is saying Rahul is very responsible. He doesn't eat too much mithai. He's saying
KL Rahul.
Rahul mean you for your sweets. He's saying. Now you said I try and avoid.
But now I have lost it. To be very honest, I took care of my body till about October. The moment that World Cup started,
T20.
You guys were in Australia. You guys left, and the working hours here because
Yeah.
So and then you thought that I actually my entire fitness regime, everything went for a toss, and I was eating
Completely
anything and everything.
When I am also working longer hours or working much, then I binge eat because if you have to keep
Yes.
working, you need to, your body and mind have to be in the right space
Yes.
because they are like tired. So food kind of
Yes.
lifts your spirits. I've had good
Yes,
food. I've ordered
especially
some
sweets.
or some nice you've ordered from outside.
And
kind
I
of
can
food.
still understand when you are on a tour like the one that you were on in Australia, for say 1.5 months, you can actually eat anything and everything. Why? Because see, you can consume it. Why? Because you will be
Physically.
walking a lot,
Yeah, yeah.
physically
You're always
you're
on
very
the go.
active. So it somehow gets compensated. But when you're sitting in the office and just sitting on your
Desk
chair
work.
and just working and just
Yeah.
eating.
Yeah, but it happens in stress. I also eat a lot.
Yeah.
Stress says in too much
Yeah.
work, stress, because that's one way of keeping yourself going. And
But I think now it's I wonder how you guys, not Siddharth, but I wonder how you guys maintain your.
no, we were eating a lot. We were eating.
No, but still there are
this test series we are eating.
it also depends on your metabolism.
Yeah,
You have a
that's
poor metabolism.
Just for chole bhature.
Like-
Otherwise,
Today I had more mithai
Mithai.
than you.
I had
3.
I had
3.
I had to control. That was
Amazing
just
it
too
was.
tempting, a sweet box.
That was delicious. Very good.
Yeah. What is it though? Did we finally manage
I
to
don't
know?
The guy who got it didn't know what it is. So. It's like okay, there's a question because coming back to the subject, we are asking who is to blame for Indian cricket team's injury crisis. Before we take that question, do you want to show us the full frame of all the injuries that have happened in the recent past, and we'll give you guys an idea also. So let us know, Shivam, when it is full frame. Then we can talk over it, and maybe.
back SF is it?
back stress fracture.
Okay.
Oh my God! He'll explain, the one who made it. Once he cuts to it.
Best is Avesh Khan. Hasn't recovered.
Hasn't. No. He's.
No,
He's-
he played.
he played in the Madhya Pradesh
I
for
know.
Madhya
He played
Pradesh
against Vidarbh.
Yeah.
He played against
Andhra
also, and a couple of more.
Yeah, Bengal
But-
also, but he.
but you-
Is
Look
it
at-
full frame in that also? In a broadcast, Shivam? On the stream,
It is now
not broadcast actually. We are digital, so on the live stream.
on the live stream.
So first, Siddharth, please tell us one by one, because you've written some code words also.
No, so basically this topic has come about because Shreyas Iyengar's recurrence of a back injury
Yes.
has ruled him out for the ODIs, and he's
Achha,
also
come out of these graphics 1 second.
Yeah.
Before we go to this, you mentioned Shreyas Iyer.
Yeah, so this topic has been brought about because Shreyas Iyengar's back injury has resurfaced again. It was the same back injury that forced him to miss the New Zealand series. He didn't play the first test, played in the second test, but then unfortunately he once again got a recurrence of the back injury in the fourth test. Out of the ODIs, also in doubt for a majority of the IPL.
That's what I want to know. Any update whether he's playing IPL or missing
Looks unlikely to me.
full IPL.
I can't be absolutely sure about the full IPL, but he will have to miss majority of the IPL. At least initial stages of the tournament he will miss.
Yes.
And I'll be surprised if he actually is available, fit and available for the entire IPL. He'll have to miss at least the initial part.
Yep.
Big blow there.
Big blow for KKR captain.
Big blow for Shreyas Iyer himself, because
Yes.
you would remember the last time he got himself injured during the IPL, what happened?
Yeah.
He didn't
Oh,
captain
yes.
the Delhi
Yeah.
Capitals.
Yes.
He lost
Shoulder
He
injury.
lost his captaincy. Rishabh Pant took over as the captain,
Yep.
and then he had to leave the franchisee.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the latest on Shreyas
Shreyas
Iyer.
Iyer.
He is unlikely to be there in the IPL also.
And he's now officially been ruled out as well.
No,
There
that
is
you did the video yesterday.
yeah, just a formal word, let's say an official word also coming in from the team management.
Though that official words never come. You reported it yesterday on Sports Today, na?
Yeah.
That was official.
Sure.
Now cut to the full frame of our injuries. Let us.
Yeah, so Shreyas Iyer's injury is a continuation of the injury crisis that has been plaguing this team ever since 2022. And if you look at it, it all begins with Jasprit Bumrah. Bumrah, ever since he played those 2 T20Is against Australia, he suffered a recurrence of the stress fracture.
Yes.
He was about to regain full fitness, but he suffered a breakdown yet again.
He complained again.
Yes. Now all set to not play until October.
And you know, there I have to say, we'll discuss it in detail, but that was mismanagement by the BCCI. Because initially you got him into the team, he played that one game as
games,
well.
yeah.
Two games
Yeah.
actually. And then after that, you said that he will be available. You want to take him for that T20 World Cup. He may be fit.
He was included in the Sri Lanka ODIs also.
Yeah.
He was included because we had that South Africa series as well. He was primed for that as well, but again, didn't happen because, and then it was pushed for the Australia series. They said he'll be available, but then okay, to 2 more weeks, Australia then Australia played to got injured.
No, but then that is mismanagement. Now, if the problem, I'm just saying, if at that time you had done or sent him for surgery, he would have been fit by now leading into. Now you're in a situation where he could even miss the World Cup.
Yeah.
He's definitely missing the World Test Championship final. That's the definite.
And also
that's a one
Asia
big
Cup.
draw. Yeah, but I'm saying like the 2 biggest ICC trophy you want him. I know you'll be touch and go for the World Cup. He may, but he's definitely missing World Test Championship. All of this could have been avoided had you had the better management, and that's where the problem at least lies with experts. Now we are not expert, but now you have a huge team of people, sports science and physiotherapists there, and all of them could not think what was the right time for injury. You rushed him in, so that is mismanagement there. Others.
Then Prasidh Krishna, after playing the ODI series against Zimbabwe, hasn't played since then. Back injury, there's a chance he'll also have to go for back surgery as well, which is a big blow. So he's not playing the IPL also, he's been ruled out. Then Deepak Chahar, 2 major bouts, and in a report that has been circulated, the BCCI is very frustrated with the amount of injuries that Deepak Chahar is suffering. Back stress fracture ruled him out for the entire of IPL from January till June. Then he came back, got into some kind of rhythm against Zimbabwe, but again September to November suffered a recurrence of a side strain and a hamstring injury also.
So who's to blame? That's what my point is. You can't blame the player. He is following what is being told by the trainers, isn't it? So how it works in Indian cricket, all of these players you'll ask, they are given a chart, or their trainers tell you, do this much practice. Even when you're not with the team, when you're with the team you follow. When you're not with the team, you're told this is the chart, this is how much you have to train, this much time, do this kind of weights, this much weight, everything is told to you. Yet this is happening. So either the charts that you're making, or the people who are making the charts, or the people who are deciding, there's something a problem. And by the way, you're mentioning different injuries. All injuries are somehow related. I remember Ashwin once said that once I had this injury, but then because of that injury you're trying to compensate on other parts of the body, and that injury happens. And third, but that's what I'm saying, a player doesn't know all this. This is where a specialist team is needed. But clearly it's not there.
Then Avesh Khan, the official reason given was he had a fever.
No, but after that also he was injured for some.
He was injured.
He got injured, and he missed the initial part of that Ranji Trophy. He did play a few games, but then nobody knows where he is. Maybe he'll be back for the
IPL. Then KL.
He was, I think, I saw him in the camp. This recent, he played domestic.
That's what I'm saying. He'll be back for the IPL.
Yeah, he was bowling in the camp. They had it in Delhi now, the Lucknow Super Giants camp that happened in Delhi. There was a camp they had in Delhi. He was there.
But was he there in that fashion show?
Yes.
Avish.
Yes.
In Ahmedabad, yes. And he was there in the camp also. I saw visuals of the camp, the Lucknow Super Giants camp at the Firozshah Kotla. They were practicing, he was there, he was bowling. So he's been fit since then. But you've written fever. Fever was only during Asia Cup. But after that he
got injured also. Thereafter he got injured also.
Yes.
Missed a few games for the Madhya Pradesh team, but came back really well. In fact, he got good number of wickets also.
He got a 5-wicket haul against Andhra, if I'm not mistaken.
Andhra or with Andhra? I think.
Andhra. He got against Andhra. That Vihari, he broke Vihari's wrist also, I guess. He batted with one hand.
Vihari, hit a couple of boundaries.
Boundaries also. Broken wrist. Towards the end he came.
Left-handed.
That match was played in Indore by
the whole
fast bowler picked up a 5-wicket
haul.
I think he got 7 wickets in that match.
Then
latest injury.
KL Rahul, that hernia that he had, that ruled him out entire June and July. And since then, he's been saying that the toll of injuries.
So remember with KL what happened? Just before the IPL, he was injured.
Yeah, he had a hamstring
injury. So you missed that. Then he played the full IPL.
Yes.
Right after IPL, he had
sports hernia, then COVID.
He had to go to Germany. Yes.
Yes.
Bumrah is in New Zealand, by the way, undergoing his back surgery.
Shreyas, you missed out.
Yeah, Shreyas is there. Back injury that he sustained in February that ruled him out of the New Zealand series. Played the second and the third tests. Fourth test, unfortunately, he couldn't come out to bat on the fourth day. And
Nicola.
Shreyas,
He couldn't come out to even
He
field.
did
Yeah.
I think
he wasn't there. I think he went to.
on day 3.
Did he directly go to the NCA from there?
Who?
Shreyas Iyer.
No, he was there in Ahmedabad. Third day, he wasn't there. Third day, no.
Fourth day, I guess.
So no,
End of third day.
fourth day,
End of
he
third
didn't
day.
even come to the field, come to the stadium.
End of
also.
day 3.
Third day also he wasn't there. Wasn't there as in he complained of that injury or that pain
Comments
on day
moved
3, and then on day 4 he didn't come to the stadium. Fifth day also he wasn't there. So he was there at the hospital on day 4 with of course the team doctor.
Shots
His scans were conducted.
Super chat.
Yeah.
So
That is your core 6 players.
But Shreyas's injury, we are just quoting examples of mismanagement. Shreyas's injury also clear case of mismanagement because he had that problem. Then he came. We saw him first on social media. Then we saw him on the field, and then quickly he has gone back with that same problem. So the problem is either your diagnosis at that time wasn't great, or you rushed him in, or you didn't fix it properly, and then you got him. Whichever way. A point is, if you have a very highly qualified team with multiple levels of professionals working, there's a boss, there's next level, third, looking at all of that, and yet, certain injuries people are having and not recovering properly. So either you don't know how to fix it, or if you're fixing it, you're rushing them in. Whichever way it's happening, I think something really needs to be looked at the system. Yes, please show us the questions. Shivam, you can go through. So there is Fit Monk, and he has a question. Harshit, can you take that?
Fit Monk is asking, do you think that dancing too much on Instagram has something to do with Shreyas' injury?
That's actually
That
mean.
is a funny question. How can that be the
See,
fact?
actually mean.
entitled to have their share of fun. But
Reels
again,
don't injure people, sir.
Yeah.
Fit Monk. Your name is only Fit. You would know.
I think the problem lies with the system. The problem lies with the culture. You tell me, Shreyas Iyer, you draft him in, for example, you thought that Bumrah is a very integral part of this Indian team. We need him for the World Cup. He did play a couple of games, broke his back again, and then, and then what happens? Suddenly you realize, after of course Bumrah complains of back pain again, you realize that it could be a major breakdown for Bumrah. He may not play for a year now.
Yeah.
So the problem lies with the system. The problem lies with the culture. The players themselves, of course, anybody, everybody would want to play for India, and everybody wants to play for India. Now suddenly, if you wouldn't have played him there, would have tested him here in India during those T20 matches or here and there, you would have still, if he wouldn't have played here, you would, going by his experience and the expertise that he has, what he brings to the table, you would have still pushed him to play the World Cup straight away. So, first thing, you should always test a player's fitness in domestic cricket.
But that I believe was the rule.
Exactly.
But why is it not
especially
being
for the
followed?
fast bowlers,
Yeah,
it
but why
was
is
always the rule.
Why is it not being followed?
Yeah, a review meeting happened on January 1st, and it said that emerging players will now have to play substantial amount of domestic cricket. I am saying any player who's coming out of injury, Shreyas Iyer, what happened with Shreyas Iyer? Imagine this match was a draw, was a tame draw. Okay. Imagine if there was a situation where you needed a player like Shreyas Iyer, then what? Shreyas Iyer got himself injured in the first test, and suddenly he flies out from Bangalore, straight away comes to Delhi and plays that game. Okay, Rahul Dravid, before that test match, he himself said that Shreyas Iyer, if he is fit, he just walks into the 11. So I'm saying who is going to answer about that? He is fit. NC has given him a clean sheet. So I am saying that should be the procedure. There has to be something that you need to do. I understand there's a possibility that no domestic cricket is happening. You find a way out. You have to find a way out, and as you said earlier, that was the rule, that you have to play a first class game, you have to play a domestic great game if you're coming out of an injury.
My point is, there's so much money being paid to so many experts, right? I think Dr. Nitin Patel is now the boss. So he's been elevated.
He's been promoted to sports science head.
Sports science. So you have a department. You have multiple. I'm saying so many experts at work. Why are basic things not happening? I'm telling you that it's not that these are the first generation of players to be injured. Players used to be injured earlier also. There was hardly a case of players being rushed in, and this is much before sports science came in. So either a player was injured, he went, recovered, came back, and then continued for a long time, unless it was almost a life-threatening, career-threatening injury, where then he never came back. But it used to never be this case. You come play one game or two games. It's happened. We gave example of Deepak Chahar. It happened with Jasprit Bumrah. It's happened with Shreyas Iyer. These are cases where you've been out for so long. You come 1-1 matches, 2-2 matches, you're getting that same injury. So clearly, you're not being able to assess it properly. Or if you're assessing it properly, you're hurrying them in. You don't know when to bring them in.
Or the players are not telling the truth.
No, I understand. That's what I'm saying. Because if you ask me, players, they do want to play for.
But they are supposed to be overruled.
No, what I am saying, Nikhil, for example,
they are not experts.
You are a top level athlete. You are a cricketer, okay? Top level international cricketer playing for India. Now you go to NCA. You have injured your ankle or something, okay? So I am your fitness trainer. I am going to assess your fitness. So, for a brief while, you can actually somehow convince me, and it has happened, by the way, I'm telling you.
But then that system is faulty.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe then you should have stricter norms for me to pass that. And maybe your assessment should not be one day. You tell me, okay, I'm going to assess you. I'm not 100% because you're the expert. You say I'm going to assess you for 10 days.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's.
I don't know. Maybe
you expand or you expand those number of days when a player is being assessed. Because what I'm saying, so I'm going to assess you. I'm going to give you a fitness certificate. For a brief while, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 35 minutes. I
can work hard.
Exactly. For that brief period, you can.
But then that's what I'm saying. How can a player? How should there be a loophole where a player can fool the expert? My point is this: if I am the expert,
Nikhil, I have spoken to players.
No, they may have, but then the problem is with the system that you fit.
Yes.
It's like this. It's like you're preparing a question paper for students. Okay, if I'm preparing a question paper that in some ways very easy or is not testing my students or whatever, then I'm at fault. Then I need to prepare a better question paper where I can really test the ability of the whatever. So you find a way to fix them. My point is, I agree. Players are desperate to play. They'll try, work hard, 40. Or have a more intense.
Why are players desperate to play?
Because you're seen in the limelight.
One more reason.
Like you cited.
Of course it will be. You and I also would be if you were playing.
Like you.
Players are insecure. You are doling out India caps to everybody. On the basis of tournaments or even matches for that matter. By the way, not even tournaments. You're doling out those India caps to virtually everybody. You just see the number of players that have played in the last 3 years. It's massive. And there have been players who have played for India and nobody even knows where they are. You will suddenly, one fine day, you will wake up in the morning, will switch on your television sets or your phones, and on 31st of March you'll realize that ये तो इंडिया खेला था, अरे वो तो इंडिया खेला था, उसमें खेला था 2 साल पहले, 2.5 साल पहले वर्ल्ड कप खेल, वरुण चक्रवर्ती. So players, especially the likes of Virat Kohli. Virat has very good fitness standards, and he is not going to take risks. If he is injured, he'll say that I'll be out for these many months, these many weeks, these many days. But for a fringe player, he might have to take that risk. And while taking that risk, he is putting an entire team in danger of losing a cricket match. and that too an international one. You never know what the situation or the venue or the tournament is. It could be a World Cup, and you will then realize that what a big mistake it was. So the best way is to have a system that can test these players in a proper, correct way.
And the problem nowadays with Indian cricket is one injury to a player, if it's the fringe, not the established, he goes back about 7-8 steps back in his career. Because there are so many people in the queue ahead who want to grab that opportunity. So it can lead to desperation.
There with Indian cricket. When has there been a scenario wherein there
now
has been enough players in the wings?
Now it's even more. Everybody.
By the way, see, even with Jadeja, what happened?
Yeah.
Ravindra Jadeja, what happened? He was advised surgery, by the way. He chose not to. Why?
Because he
didn't. He also wanted to play the Asia Cup, the World Cup. Unfortunately, what happened?
He aggravated.
Exactly, he aggravated. At that time, the diagnosis suggested that he should have a surgery. He chose not to do it. So he delayed.
That I think this is where BCCI needs to stamp their authority and say, listen, boss, we are the experts. You're contracted with us. Yeah. You have to follow what we have decided.
No, that too, there is one new test also that has come in. DEXA.
Bone density.
Despite DEXA, now this is happening. Despite
DEXA, you can argue, came in just on the 1st of this year.
Yeah, but still, how much time does it take to incorporate it into the system? And
you never know.
I think the BCCI can
include
it.
But with Shreyas Iyer, the injury was always there. December, I think, is when he injured himself after the Bangladesh 2 tests. Since then, he was unavailable, missed the ODI series against New Zealand, missed the first test in Nagpur. We thought he'd gained full fitness. As Rahul said, joined the team directly in the national capital. But then
and we are not nothing against the players, even though a lot of us, in fact, we all know that there have been times when players try to hide the injury.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lot many. But they may not be.
Sharma said in that Sting, if you remember.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Bumrah. He cited Bumrah only, no? He said injections and all.
No,
he actually said that. He said Bumrah.
Yes.
He said Bumrah told me, if I play one more game, if I bowl even one more over, I will be out for a year. That's what he said.
See? No, he spoke about the injection also. There are a lot of players take injection. They want to play. I understand the desperation for playing.
But for somebody like a Shreyas Iyer who lost out on the Delhi Capitals captaincy because he was injured of that shoulder injury, he was unavailable. Again, for him to have some personal motive over here, I don't blame him too, because again, he's just paid a huge price. He lost out on the franchise leadership role, went to another franchise, and again he knows
you're being penny wise, pound foolish. Just for one or two things, but that's why I say you can't see. You got to understand, players are not experts about injuries. Everyone wants to play. You can't. But
then what do you do if players are on the sidelines, hiding? Let's say just the.
You have a fixed thing to assess their injuries. Simple. Players don't decide based on injury. Either your tests have to be really, in depth. Yeah, exactly. And then you have other scientific methods now. In earlier days, you didn't have like bone density test, this, that. You want to scan, figure out exactly what the injury is like. If you think, no, it's going to do more harm. No, sorry, doesn't matter what you say. Once you're fit, go, this is your rehab, this is what physio you have to do, this is what you have to follow.
No, and even, see, you may want to sort out the communication bit. This is a case of either the message is not being communicated by the players to the NCA or to the physio. You haven't even touched upon this fact that, okay, even if you improve your communications, the NCA has also not covered itself in glory by mismanaging 2 injuries in the past. One of Hardik, the other of Ridhiman Saha. And they almost mismanaged Rohit.
Ridhi, in fact, came out in the open.
Yeah.
That my shoulder was.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but the whole problem, not just 2 injuries, all of these problems actually stem from the system, as he's saying. Not just those 1 or 2. Every problem. Player wants to play, that's why I'm not blaming the player. He will always want to play. You have to decide when should he come or not. Though I mean, when I look back at the past, past used to see much lesser injuries. Now more, and I always thought that maybe call me a cynic, but I think this too much of now this gym work and all these extra training, I feel ends up injuring more players than earlier.
This whole thing of workload management and rotation is an illusion. It's truly an illusion, because you workload manage all these players, but yet they get more injured.
No, but how do you manage this workload?
Either see,
How have you been managing this workload?
there has been no management.
No, that's what I'm asking.
No,
No,
you
in-
have
in-
been missing
In
series.
some ways,
Yeah.
Despite
That's
that
it.
illusion.
See, the one thing which is fair is the fact that because I'm comparing from previous generation, they played a lot less cricket. Let's be fair to this
Yes.
generation.
Yeah.
There used to be off season at that time, and there weren't too many tours that you were doing. So the number of years spent playing international cricket was also less.
Less.
So in that sense, I can agree that if certain players need to be, and you know they're playing 3 formats now compared to 2. Then there's now the IPL also that happened.
Yeah.
So I understand cricket is a lot more, but for somehow or the other, those players also bowled 20 overs a day in a test match.
Yeah.
And again and barely missed test matches because of injury. But they didn't have this extensive, workouts, gym. I don't know whether that's making the current players stronger or it's maybe that's making them stronger, but the downside is that they also get injured because wear and tear will happen on the body at the end of the day. So I don't know.
India's current situation is like how the Australian players were in the early part of the decade. Remember, Pattinson got injured most often, Cummins got injured most often.
To be fair, Australian players are injured now also.
Yeah.
Stark missed,
Yeah,
Green wasn't
and
fit.
Hazelwood.
Exactly. And Australian
Hazelwood.
fast bowlers.
also look at the players
perennially-
coming in the ODI series. Na? Maxwell was injured, Richardson was injured. I
Even-
think
So that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the insecurities. Pardon me for comparing players from this part of the world to that part of the world. We have somebody like Ben Stokes
Yeah.
who just said that mentally I'm not there,
Yeah.
and he just moves out.
Yep.
Takes a break. Glenn Maxwell, looks such a happy-go-lucky guy, says that I'm mentally not there, just taking a break for indefinite period.
Yeah.
Do you really think that somebody can in India do that?
No.
Despite the fact that I think that some of these Indian players would
Virat took a break, where he said not as serious as what Ben Stokes was suffering at the time.
Not a mental health issue.
exactly.
It was not a mental health issue, but he said mentally also he needed a break.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not comparing it
Yeah.
exactly to that, but there were also a mental aspect. I don't think he needed a physical break at the time.
I think what I am
but
trying
even
to
then,
say
even
here,
I don't
what
think
I'm-
the Virat Kohli of 2014 could have spoken or let's say taken a break
but he was
just
saying
because of the
does
mental
Indian
aspect
cricketer
of
do?
it.
He's taken it now. There's an example.
This
No,
time
what
both
I-
things were clubbed together. The fact that he didn't have form on his side and the mental toll as well.
That's what I'm
in
saying.
2014
But
when he
his-
opened up
no,
later about
the-
that whole dark
the
phase,
only-
couldn't have really because he was still making his mark on the international stage.
The only point that I'm trying to make here is it's about the culture also. System is one thing. The culture
True.
that I'm talking
Yeah.
about is a sense of security in the team. An Australian player or an English player, he knows that I have to take this break. I have to be with my family. I have to be with myself. That's what I need at this point in time. I can make a comeback. Even if I don't make a comeback, it's not the end of my life. For me, cricket is not the most important thing in life. For me, my life, my family, what I do besides cricket is more important. In India, I think it's the other way around. I think cricket, for any cricketer, cricket is the most important thing.
Be all
because
and all.
Not just that he's playing for India, but also what he's getting to play for India.
Yep. It's the be all and all. That's the system.
But can I tell you, that's a culture in India, not just in cricket, but across all phases of all professional life.
Entertainment?
No, anyway, any office you go in India, why is it in India only where overtime is normal? Working beyond your hours is normal. It's not. I mean, you go abroad and where the time is 5 o'clock,
Yes.
they have logged out.
Yeah.
You go abroad, weekends if it's off, they are not reachable.
Absolutely.
Can in your Indian culture, in any profession you are, not be available to your boss on a weekend? You are 24/7. You have to answer the phone, you have to answer to the mail. I mean, we are okay in a news environment where breaking news can happen, anything, which is fair. But I'm saying even if you're in the IT industry, you are in any corporate world, anywhere, you are because in India it is, your work is made your life.
Yeah.
You put your family, you say that, listen, my work is important. There are occasions it's normal. See, I'll tell you, if you have abroad, you have, let's say, your mother's birthday or something. Will be off, they will be present no matter office meeting. In India, supposing there's an emergency meeting and you have to go, it's normal, it's accepted. Even if you tell your boss, oh, my mother's birthday, he'll say, oh, attend this, and you will go, and the society accepts it. It's normal. There, it's not accepted.
And it's same. Just as we spoke about the cricket team or in sports, because it is by design. I think what you are saying, it is by design.
Yeah.
You are, it's a given that what you are saying, for example, it happens in corporate world. I think it happens because I think everywhere it is a sense of insecurity. Somebody who wants to come, who doesn't want to come to office, but he has to come to office. Why? Because
everybody else.
Exactly. Because
all the entire office is coming.
So I am coming.
You can't be the only guy.
I am coming there because everybody is coming.
Yeah. And also the common thought here is you're not indispensable.
Yeah. Also here in India, you'll be told, okay, you're not coming, no problem.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And you don't have that kind. And in sports,
for everyone,
you don't have a market value also like what a Virat Kohli has. The other people, we might think that they're doing very well. I'm sure most of these cricketers are actually doing very well, considering majority of the athletes, these superstars, cricket superstars, they come from very humble backgrounds. But now they've made their life pretty good. But still, to us it seems that they're doing really well. But they also think about it, the kind of money that they get,
they're humans,
the kind of exactly. And the moment you realize that you are in that dressing room, you are in that team bus, you are roaming around with the Indian team, you are on television. Absolutely fine. The moment you lose that, it starts to hurt you.
Yeah, you're anonymous the moment that happens.
जो दिखता है वो बिकता है.
Exactly, that's the point.
So many super chats today. Can we take all of them? I can open it on this phone also if you want.
अरे बड़ी जल्दी बता है.
1 hour later, अरे वो दिखा दो सौरभ मुखर्जी क्या कह रहे हैं.
Zoom in.
Blow up कर दें तो बड़ी मेहरबानी.
Okay, so Saurav Mukherjee is like asking us, I wonder if a journalist will ever ask Bumrah about his comments on comparing critics on injury. These players have considered him bigger
critics on
than
injury with what?
I didn't get it.
He had compared critics.
Wait, I'll read it. Saurabh Mukherjee is saying, I wonder if ever a journalist will ask superstar Bumrah, quote, about his comments on comparing critics on injury, the ones who were criticizing injury, with barking dogs. These players have considered themselves bigger than the game, nothing else. Anybody wants to respond?
I'm still trying to get my head around the comment.
He's saying,
did somebody
remember Jasprit Bumrah had once tweeted?
Bumrah tweeted once when he was being injured that a lot of people are asking questions, injury, whatever. They are barking dogs or something. It said in the Insta story.
He said in those many words?
Yes, something like that he had used. So he's saying the problem, Saurabh is saying, that these players consider themselves bigger than the game. Now have you understood the question that Saurabh had?
Yeah, I mean, see,
any thoughts?
Bumrah, we all knew that his action will be such that he's living on borrowed time when it comes to a long-term Indian cricket future. That action, that bowling action, now all of that has been proven true. Now,
no, but the point he's making at the ones who were questioning the injury and
the critics will say, I'm vindicated.
But it's now, exactly, it's now been proven. No?
It's been vindicated.
In fact, what people should realize, nobody is questioning his injury because people hate him. Actually, they love him so much and they realize how important he is for Indian cricket. One Bumrah going out makes such a difference to the balance of the team. Today you are saying now World Test Championship, everyone is saying that the biggest difference in India, there's no Pant, there's no Bumrah.
Yep.
So just with these two team players not being there, India might start as the underdogs versus Australia. Just add a Bumrah and a Pant to that team and suddenly you will say India start as the favourite. So that's how much people are, but now they've been proven right, the barking dogs, if they were. But I don't know which ones you were talking. Who were the ones who were questioning his injury? Does anybody know?
No idea.
I think the entire world must have been questioning at that time.
Harshit, please take this. What's the name?
What's the name?
Nicola.
Nicola, whatever, cola, whatever.
Nicola.
Come on,
Okay.
yeah. I Nicola, disrespect. I'll read it.
Nicola.
I Nicola. I don't know whether that's his real name or not. He sent us a super chat. He says, Sony who? Sir, 3 of these players got married. So could it be that BCCI is helping them manage their work life in the garb of injury? No, I Nicola. Good you haven't used your real name. Because then I would find you on social media and
Who are the 3 players?
he's saying that the injuries that we are showing, next level conspiracy theories figured out.
Bumrah, Deepak Chahar
And
KL.
KL, yeah. He's so he's saying because these are newly married players, they have to balance work life. So under the garb of work life balance, said injury. Nahi bhai, I Nicola.
Oh my
Does not happen. Next one, please, Shivam. But I like your sense of humor. Harshit, please take this.
Okay, Karthik came from the United States. He's saying that the most common injuries for our players is the back injury. Maybe they are overdoing the weightlifting. I don't see these injuries in our NFL or the NBA.
Yep, nailed the point. Maybe
Be a
you're
very valid point.
yeah.
Yes.
Because either your fitness regime, the regimen that you're doing is kind
No,
of
but then it's all part of the fitness structure then, right? You're not just, okay, you could say that yes, you go to the NCA for rehab, but you're also training over there, right?
Where?
At the NCA, you're not
But
just
these, what Karthik is saying, these things are happening
on
in
a
the
day-to-day basis.
in the team, and I know that there have been players who are being asked to lift weights, especially, I don't know these training methods, to be very honest. I'm not an expert or a professional in training methods, but I know that some of the players at least have mentioned about this.
They have reservations. I'll tell you what is that. I'm telling you, Kapil Dev never did any weights or anything, right? I'm just talking about fast bowlers or whatever. Glenn McGrath didn't do any weights as such, right? That's why he could bowl over after over after over that nagging line, in a test match or a one day, and would rarely get injured. Yes. None of these guys did weight. I mean, so lifting weights, if it's, I'll give you an example that there are a lot of, I'm not going to take the name of the player, but it was pointed out that, he used to have a nice bit of left arm pacer for India. Would really get the ball to swing and things like that. Okay. And then later started doing a lot of gymming, bulking up the upper body. And what happens, you look good when you take pictures, but what happens is it firstly takes away from your pace. Because fast bowling is also about, lean and the flexibility of your muscles,
and the whole movement of the shoulder.
As soon as you do weight, what does it do to your arms? It makes it stiff.
Yes.
So you look good, but you'll have stiff arms.
So Zahir Khan is not the person.
I don't know who.
Ashish Nehra never did.
So what
there can be only two.
Pace.
One is Pradeep Sangwan, the other is Irfan Pathan. It has to be either of the two.
Why? There are so many left armers you meant. There's RP Singh who was left arm.
But he was never into gymming.
But you're not.
No, I'm saying RP Singh was never into gymming.
Could be Pradeep Sangwan. He had good muscles.
No, that's but
about him.
What you are talking about is I think Irfan Pathan.
I'm not talking about anybody. You are saying. But I'm saying that it happens, right? So sometimes you should not go away.
It's hard to believe that the specialists out there.
Look at Dale Steyn, was he muscular?
That's fine.
Where did he get the pace
you
from?
Don't get
all the sciences, all the tech,
don't get a Dale Steyn every day and every day.
But I'm saying he didn't have to do weights to
But he still was injury prone.
No, he was. But I'm saying you don't need to do
later
weights.
on.
And much later on.
This generation.
But I don't. Are we questioning the advice then, or this whole fitness structure that's presently in place? I don't know.
See, because Rabada is one of them. He is not that injury prone. He's played quite a bit.
Fit.
He's got I think because of the action also.
Sometime, like Nokia gets injured because of that action, the back.
Because he's got a short run up, Nokia. So he pushes his back and shoulder. I think
same with Bumrah. See, everything is about the sling. There were hardly a run up for him. He mostly trots down and then just right towards the end he'll run in.
Roy SP is saying Iyer already suffered a lot because of injury. 2021 World Cup had to sit in reserves in A World Cup in UAE. Despite being so successful for DC, he had to move. His name got discussed for 2019 World Cup but hasn't got one. Excuse me.
Correct.
Valid point. He's been unlucky also with it.
Yep.
That is true.
And that too, when he was at his peak, he suffered that injury in DC, and it put him back a long way. So, poor Shreyas Iyer.
But I think still Rishabh Pant would have got the captaincy.
But not midway through like it happened.
No, he got that captaincy at the start of the season, by the way. Yeah. So Rishabh Pant came, in fact, after India won that Australia series, the Brisbane one, where India won in Brisbane. Rishabh Pant was, I think the discussions had already happened. And the franchisee, the Delhi Capitals, they were in two minds, and because something that they couldn't even, they were in a situation where how would they tell Shreyas and what to tell him. So for them, unfortunately, what happened was that Shreyas got injured just before the IPL. So Rishabh Pant was made the captain.
Yeah. But when he came back, Rishabh continued.
Yes.
He continued. That's when I don't think left on a very good note from Delhi.
I think he was Delhi wanted to retain him, but he himself
he wanted the leadership role.
Let Rahul read this comment. Mr. Shekhar SN.
Okay, Mr. Shekhar from America is saying, heartless Sports Today people, you guys, they don't have heart. Anyways, Sports Today people sent R. Rawat alone on such a precarious trip. Then Nick Vick sir deserted him after a day and finally made him do a few dugouts alone. Okay, yeah, you're right. In fact, they should have stayed back. So they went there on 6th, returned on 7th evening because they had a few meetings.
Because we had no budget.
With Mr. Sanjeev Goenka, with KL Rahul and...
We went on a junket, so we had no budgets.
So, no, but what is a junket? You went there for work.
But
it wasn't that you go and do some or make some reels.
In fact, we were made to do by our boss more work. He thought we had gone for fun. He called. He said, "Your interviews are done." We had actually thought we had 1 or 2 hours. We'll go. He said he keeps a tab. He said, "Now this is 4 o'clock. Your work must be done. Your flight is at 10 o'clock. Go to the stadium right now and record links for both English and
I remember that too.
So we were sent. We had made a plan to meet. One gentleman who watches all your shows after the IPL.
After the IPL?
After especially Gujarat games.
Oh.
So he was there, na?
But he is not a Gujarati.
He's not a Gujarati.
So just to clear the air.
He's not.
He's not a Gujarati, bhai.
But he watches all the Gujarat games.
Did you get the jerseys? Have you told him to get the jerseys?
No, that he will send. He's very kind.
Very good.
So we had to meet him, but then we cancelled. We said, sorry sir, we are now being told go to the stadium, but now it's cut. So from there only we'll have to go directly to the...
As for the dugouts, because everybody was busy, because the day, I think dugouts, I did only 2 dugouts. And it's good, we had, and as it is, I wasn't doing these dugouts alone, by the way. I had people around.
You had experts.
Exactly. Hamari to yaar, you must have been bored by now. At least we had different people, different voices, and all these gentlemen, they were busy with the TV because the day I did the first dugout alone, it was Virat's century day. Yeah. So all these guys were busy with television, and next day the match was drawn.
And it was World Test Championship qualifying.
I'll still agree with you, at least on first point, Mr. Shekhar, that these people, they are all battery operated people with no hearts.
Okay, last question we'll take. I can see a good friend.
Chandresh, my friend.
Please take go up.
Oh, Tripti Dimri. Do you know who Tripti Dimri is?
No.
Anyways, I'll
tell us.
Oh, she's an actor.
Oh.
So there's this friend of ours.
Dimris are Pahadis, I know.
Manoj Dimri.
Yes.
So she is her cousin. Actually not cousin. So she is Manoj's niece. And
she's an actress.
You must have seen her, yaar.
Which
so her debut movie was Imtiaz Ali's some movie, a low profile movie that he did. Of course, he didn't.
Tell me the
So and there's this new something also, Kala.
Kala I've seen.
In that
The girl,
yeah.
the lead girl.
Yeah, Tripti Dimri.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
of course, she is doing a lot of.
Yeah, the lead girl. I've seen Kala. Very nice film.
Farah
So
Khan.
she plays a girl who always classical musician.
Yeah,
She's the lead. Acha, I didn't know. So
She is Manoj's niece, by the way.
Niece.
Yeah, so she came here to the office once to promote that movie. Do you have a movie? I think that first movie that she did with under Imtiaz Ali's banner. So Bulbul.
Bulbul I've seen. Bulbul I've seen. This is the
Bulbul
same. No. Bulbul not Imtiaz Ali. The same lady.
So Shad Ali, no.
No. The lady, the Bengali lady who was a lyricist, she directed Bulbul and then she directed Kala. I forget her name.
Okay.
So
But
Bulbul
I
is
think
her
she
debut.
must have been in Bulbul also.
So she acted very well in Kala. Yeah?
See, Bulbul is.
No,
anyways.
movie is Leila Maj.
So she was here for the promotions and Manoj was like,
Acha.
she just got Manoj. I'm Manoj.
Oh, no. So obviously it's not her. Somebody using the.
Yeah, so we've. Oh, yaar, I have a flight to 7:25. Yaar, I think I have already missed. Lakshman Kulkarni ji.
Obviously he doesn't have that flight to catch. Go down, please. Chandresh has a question. This is unacceptable that players will miss IPL. What do you make of it? How will they recover from this loss? If they're injured, they're missing out. They didn't want to miss out. If they're injured.
So, what do you make of it? Yeah, it's actually a loss for the franchisee and for the player. I don't know about the players. Of course, the players will lose out on eyeballs and limelight, but I think the rest will be compensated. I'm talking about the money part.
They will be, because you get certain 50%.
No, so basically, if you have injured, if you are missing an IPL because you got injured
Previously.
during an India match, so the BCCI has insured all the players.
Yeah.
So you get the amount, whatever the amount was.
Okay.
So the IPL, the franchisees don't have to pay.
Final question, Gurupal. Rahul can take that question. Upar.
Nahin yaar, Gurupal. So basically he's saying those people who left the TV Today group, the AajTak, India Today, Sports Today.
Okay.
I don't think that's
They are coming back, he's saying.
Yeah, they are coming back.
Oh, that's what he's
A
saying.
couple of them at least.
Oh.
Tripti Dimri's, what do you call Mama?
Uncle
Uncle. Will be
is
one
a
of,
good word.
Will be one of them.
Use for it goes with anyone.
Yes.
Tripti Dimri's uncle.
Like in our relation, Chacha, Mama, Taya. Here, uncle will work for everyone.
So yeah, Dheeraj and Manoj, you'll soon see them here.
Then
And
you heard it first.
why to create such a
suspense.
exactly? People have been so disturbed and bothered that they've been messaging, calling, and all these things. It's a professional world.
Yeah, obviously.
Mr. Nikhil Naz has left so many, not left, but has worked.
I was here.
Has worked with so many leading organizations from
but I am
AajTak to ND to ESPN Cricinfo
to here.
now.
But nobody can beat Siddharth.
I think in a matter of years.
Journeyman.
He has some 10, 12, I don't know how many organizations.
You want me to name?
No. Thank you. We don't have half
But it is in excess of 10, no?
Easy. Easy.
10.
Easy.
Very bad record.
Easy. उस पे एक explainer
If only people would understand why I left.
That's okay. Nobody is asking you. Don't have to explain. Your wish, your life.
Exit.
You do whatever you want. Now you are here. Now he's not leaving. He loves it here. So he said, "Bas, I found my calling."
Maybe his last boss also said the same thing, or maybe the last to last boss.
No one ever said that.
See?
Yeah, you are a very. I shouldn't use that word. But
Who's going to take offense?
We have
to
used
it?
all sorts of words.
Exactly.
the word is thankless. Yeah? You should be proud of what you've done.
I am.
He is. He's never regretted any leaving.
You've worked with very good organizations. Now
Very
you're
good,
working.
actually. Yeah, yeah.
Now you're.
His resume that way.
Huh?
It's all the top names.
Yep.
He'll just rattle them off after we finish the video. We don't want to give competitors any
I know.
publicity. Na?
Okay,
bye bye.
Yeah,
See you.
see
Take
you.
care.
Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.
Vanakkam.
We'll preview the ODI. Oh, by the way, before I go, reminder that you'll have Sachin Tendulkar live on Sports Today at 11:45. No, 11:45 till 12:15.
Oh.
11:45 to 12:15 on Friday. Before what time does the ODI
The
start?
ODI begins at
1:30.
12:45. Yeah, 1 o'clock.
Man,
toss.
man.
Yeah.
So before the ODI starts, you have a special treat.
You can
on,
let go of the broadcaster. You can
Yeah.
come
The
to Sports
master.
Today
That
and-
they anyway let go. They come here anyway.
Sachin Tendulkar. Huh?
The master.
And subscribe to Sports Today, as Shivam is saying.
2017 vibes all over again.
Bye bye. See you.
Vanakkam.
Vanakkam.